smashed, bros.
2, 1, go!
What's up? It's your boy Levelhead back with another Live at Level Gamers Clear the Throat podcast. This is episode 419. This was a week of news. Splatoon Raiders, Game Pass price cut, Switch sales for March, Asher scraps Microsoft Gaming, Jim Ryan, we found out that he fired, how you say his name? Shuhei. We got a lot to talk about. They just shadow dropped Aliens onto the eShop.
We don't have to talk about that.
We ain't got to talk about it, but I'm just saying. We got a birth simulator game that's been announced. And we got K-Bum back in the building. What's up, K-Bum?
Hey. Well, he stepped away.
He's still gone, huh? I see y'all out there. Dark Sun, what's up,
I was still
bro?
muted.
Mia, what's
I
up?
apologize.
Welcome to the show. What's up, K-Bum?
Yeah, my fault, brother. I was still on mute. I'm trying to get my stuff set up over there.
What's up, man? I know you're on vacation. I understand. You're a little rusty. I get it. Welcome back, K-Bum. That's from Nia.
Sure, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right. But yeah, man, there's a lot to talk about. Let me get this out in the ethos. Me and Keith are dealing with some sinuses and drainage, so you hear it in my voice. So don't get mad if I sound scratchy on this evening. I sound stuffy, talking to my nose right now. But what's up, folks? What it do?
Battling sickness, like you just said. Battling sickness.
Well, I'm not gonna claim sickness, but I am stuffy. I am dealing with this weather that doesn't want to make up its mind. Do you want to be hot? Do you want to be cold? Do you want to be in between? It's just like bipolar. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we got a whole lot to discuss, man. Not a lot of time. But K-Bum is back, man. He's back in these internet streets. So how was the vacation, bro? How was the pina coladas? This dude is muted right now. Anyway, so when K-Bum get back.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Am I good?
This ain't Verizon, sir. Go ahead.
Brother. Man, all right. So what happened was I was trying to get ready for the podcast, and my headphones was I was trying to find my headphones. My headphone was in my car because I used it for my job too. I went all the way up there to the car, got the headphones, brought them downstairs, turned them on. Bad boy said 10% battery. So I said, okay, that's not gonna work for the whole podcast. Went and got my gaming headset, had to turn the Bluetooth on for that. Had to go search for the Bluetooth, get that popped up. You still asking me questions the entire time.
Hey, bro, we live, man. Hey, I'm live. What you talking about?
I'm good. I got my gaming headset on. I got the Bluetooth working. I got the microphone on. I didn't talk that my computer didn't want to cut on before I joined the podcast. So, but anyway, I'm here. I'm back. It was a great vacation. We enjoyed ourselves. The wife enjoyed herself. We had plenty of fun and drinks and food, and it was a great time. Great weather.
As y'all can see, he was definitely on vacation. He came back. Nothing was ready.
Nothing was ready. I don't got the podcast going right now. Huh? Let me get that going. Jeez.
I got to get some new earphones, man. These earphones is not going to cut it. So my normal earphones, I don't know why I can't hear myself like I want to, but my normal earphones have only one side want to work, and these other earphones are not as quality. Those are studio earphones that I got to get a new pair. So I sound kind of horrible in my ears. So I don't know how I sound to you guys, but I don't like how I sound in these earphones. But anyway, man, we got a little bit to cover on this evening, and K-Bum's in. So Keith, man, we got that third wheel now, man. We won't have us all the time to talk like we did last week, man. I don't know, man. We got LeBron James back being the third wheel to our Laker duel, man. I don't know how I'm feeling about this.
Dude, I am not the LeBron James of this podcast. Do not label me as such.
We put that label on you.
So
We put that label on you.
Michael Jackson is
Right.
out. I'm just messing. You know, Michael Jackson. LeBron playing the third leg with the Lakers, so I was just messing. But who going to see the Michael Jackson?
I want to. I know it's gotten not so great reviews, but from what I saw, I thought it looked cool. I watched some stuff on Jafar Jackson, and he put in the work to be able to do it. So I'm still interested in it. I don't really care too much about the bad reviews. I'm still interested in see it. Don't know if I'm gonna see it, but I am interested.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take my daughter to see it. I want to see it. And I think the reviews. There's a lot of people that have seen it that's basically pushing back on these reviews. A lot of reviews was upset because they didn't cover a lot of his allegations and scandal, and it's like the movie stops in the bad tour. So that was before all that happened. So it's a little, you know how these industry cats can be. They can be a little bit. We control the lever of acceptance or rejection, and all. I think the user base is going to be high scores. What else, man? I got to catch up on Daredevil. I haven't been watching Daredevils. I got to go back and binge through that to catch up. Any other thing?
Yeah, I think I'm about third episode on that one.
What you think so far?
I like it. It's good.
Okay, what'd you say, Keith?
This a new season?
Yeah, this is a new season.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah.
New season produced by all this produced by Disney. This ain't Netflix stuff, right?
No. It has the same flavor. The tone. That's what I'm looking for. It has the same tone as Netflix, but it's Marvel. It's Disney.
Man, I'm so ready to see this Doomsday trailer, bro. I'm so ready to see it.
Did you hear?
Yeah.
Did you hear that they're going to re-release Endgame?
Yes.
With additional footage
yes.
that ties together Doomsday. I told my wife today, whenever that happens, we are going to see it.
So that's going to the theater? I thought it might become direct.
No, I think it's going to theaters. They're going to release it to theaters.
They finna make another billion.
That's bull crap.
I'm going to see it.
I don't want to
They
sit
finna make
through,
another billion.
Because, man, I got to sit through a whole movie that I already know.
Yep.
To hope to see 10 minutes of a difference.
I saw Endgame twice in theaters.
I've seen Endgame.
I saw Endgame twice in theaters. In theaters. I saw it twice.
I didn't see it. No. I saw Endgame twice in the theaters. I went and saw it solo.
Yeah.
And
third time got done.
No, I didn't. I saw Infinity twice.
Infinity twice. Got it.
Yeah, I saw Infinity twice. I watched it on my lonesome so we could talk about it here on the cast, but then I took the family. And me and my wife was literally just, what time is it? Okay, we got a little time. Me and my wife was literally just talking about this 2 days ago, right? And she said, I will never. She said, I will never watch Endgame or Infinity Wars or even the original Black Panther. She said because T'Challa died, Chadwick died, and she couldn't handle the snap. And she didn't like the fact that Iron Man died. Man, at the theater, I'd never forget. And this got to be the greatest because we was having a conversation. This all started around Batman Dark Knight.
True.
I binged, just bring the audience up to speed. I asked the question, and I know we not a movie. We might need to start broadening what we talk about because we could talk about a lot of stuff. Sports, movies, game. We do more than game. We talk about other stuff in the chat. They need to see what we actually be talking about. But I asked the question, because I hadn't seen Dark Knight in a minute. And I said, is there any other comic book movie adaptation that can compete with the writing and quality of Dark Knight? Is there another movie that's up there? And this how I know Dark Knight. And I end up K-Bun watching Batman Begins as well, and that's actually better than I remember. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm
better
good.
than
I'm happy you did
I
that.
remember, man. I was like,
It's fire, bro.
yeah, I was like, K-Bun was actually right. This is better than. But Dark Knight is on some other
I said
level.
it too, sir.
Yeah, you did, Keith.
Come on now.
But even with Batman, and I forgot that he was what's his name? Ghoul.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I didn't know. I forgot he was. So Ra's al Ghul. Anyway, Dark Knight has got some of the best writing in comic book movie adaptation history to me. I think it's the creme de la creme. If it just went like you said, K-Bum, and I think Keith, you might have said this. I don't know which one of y'all said it. It was about 25 minutes too long. That's the biggest knock.
Yep.
That might have been K-Bone.
Yep, that's me. That's been my knock on it since the day one. I love the movie, but it's 25 minutes too long. Yeah, same thing with Bad Boys 2.
Absolutely.
Bad Boy 2 is the same way. It's 25 minutes too long.
Bad Boys 2 is about 45 minutes too long. But anyway,
that's true. That is. You're right. That whole when they took his wife or whatever, or daughter, that whole they could have kept that.
When they went to Cuba, I think that was like okay.
Yeah.
But
that was too much.
The writing in Dark Knight is on another level of writing, and I was like, is there any other comic book movie adaptation that can compete? Not just with because Dark Knight is like a movie. Like, it don't have comic book. It feels like if you take Batman out of this, you take the name Joker out of this, and you put this up, this looks like something that you can put Denzel Washington in, and it will be a great movie. It's going to be a great story. Okay, I was like, is there any other comic book movie?
I heard that.
Is there any other comic book movie that has this level right? And I think we said Infinity Wars and Winter Soldier. I'm curious what the comment section would say.
I still think it may be not on the same level, but it's as close as you can be without being on a level. Is OG Avengers has some of the best writing too. The scenes where they interacted, the heroes interacted with each other, were so good. Even the conversation between Black Widow and Loki, when you're talking about you have red in your ledger, like it just the whole, like every interaction between the characters, and when Iron Man told Cap the best thing out of you came out of a bottle, like that all that interaction was just, it was so good. So writing standpoint, Avengers may not be up there with Infinity War, but OG Avengers is as close as you can be.
Check the comment section. Who they sound like? Who they sound like in the comments?
Winter Soldier's that deal, bro. It is.
To me,
your boy.
To me,
sound like your
Winter Soldier is that thing, boy. It's dope.
To me, if we just gonna do writing, just written well, Winter Soldier's up there with Dark Knight.
It's on the same level. It is on the same level as Dark Knight.
Infinity, cause Infinity got a lot of other stuff going for it, like. Infinity got the special effects. You got all the bells and whistles. But Dark Knight Dark Knight felt like it just felt grounded, right? And so the writing and Heath Ledger, not Heath.
Yeah, you're right. It's Heath. His performance. Yeah, his performance. You want to see a magic trick?
Like it, and I know we got to get to the games and what you've been gaming on. We about to get there. We're just breaking the ice. His acting, his portrayal of the Joker is cinema. That's Oscar. That was Oscar level. Yes, Oscar level acting right there.
But Batman Begins definitely set the tone for this universe, because it was very great. That was one of the reasons why I like that movie, because it was very grounded. It wasn't like comic book Batman. It was like, I can actually see this happening.
Right. Yes. It felt real. Like I be thinking of them movies. Like anyway, what's the movie with Denzel and old boy from New York, Spike Lee? What was that movie they made together when they was in New York? It was a heist.
It was
he was a cop.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Man on the Fire.
No,
Inside Man.
Inside Man. It had those type of visuals, that type of vibe. It didn't feel like a comic book. It felt like a grand Hollywood. It just felt like a big budgeted drama, Hollywood drama that, you know, like you see Leonardo DiCaprio and all them type of people in. Like, it was something different. And Winter Soldier, to me, is the one Marvel movie that I believe writing matches that movie, because that's how Winter Soldier feels. Winter Soldier feel like that could happen. That was grounded. Like, all that you saw in that could happen. It didn't rely on a lot of special effects. It was all real. And you can take that, look at that in a different way than Infinity War. So Winter Soldier, Keith, I was with you with Winter Soldier. But anyway, in the comment section,
he was still fighting me though. Y'all know how he do. He was still fighting me a little bit.
You? No, I didn't.
Nah. I'm
oh, okay. All right. I had to defend myself. I didn't fight you at all. But.
I will fight. I still think in my book, Infinity War is one of the greatest movies ever created. I will stand on that. I will stand on those facts. Looking at putting 25 characters in the same movie, make it make sense from beginning to end, and have all those moments. I'm sorry that
I agree.
Not just Marvel movie, to me, the accomplishment of doing that is one of the greatest things we've ever seen in cinema. That's just my opinion.
I agree.
I hold on to it. I'll fight your mama, but it's all good.
Like I said, I'm not everything that you said, K-Bum, I agree with. I was trying to isolate just the right team. Like, yes, as a whole, Infinity War is probably the best comic book adaptation movie ever. I would put it over Dark Knight if we just looking at everything it brought, right? And the snap ain't nothing touching the snap. Nothing is touching the snap.
Nothing in cinema has touched the snap. I'm sorry. People were crying, bro. Like, we're like grown people.
I saw 60, 70 people walking out of the theater both times. I saw it twice. Both times walking out like somebody literally died. Like, it was nobody talking. It was heavy. Everybody there was confused. Like, what does this mean? They literally disappeared. It was all gloom and doom. My wife was upset. My auntie was upset. My mom was confused. My daughter was crying. Everybody couldn't believe it. And I'm sitting there. I know what's about to happen because I already went through that emotion. I knew what was about to happen. And seeing them go through what I went through 3 nights before, and seeing the just dire and dread on their face, it was you never be recreated. Go ahead, Keith.
You'll never, yeah.
All right. So anyway, we broke the ice.
It's broken.
It's broken. So anyway, we're gonna get into what you've been gaming on. Let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on. Gaming on. Gaming on. All right, calm down. We know K-Bum is back in the building, so we're going to give him the floor first. K-Bum, what have you been gaming on, sir?
Man, I have been waiting for this part of the podcast for a while now. I want to share with you guys what I've been gaming on. Because you remember, I took my Switch 2 and my Portal down to Mexico with me.
Mexico.
And Mexico.
Keith, how you timed that with me like that, bro? We literally said the same thing at the same time. Man, he cold.
All right. So, I on my portal, I tried 2K. I said, you know what? My cousin was playing online with his portal on 2K. Let me give it a try. One of the worst gaming experiences I've ever had. Just don't do that. Don't. The lag is ridiculous. You can't play these millisecond reaction time games via the portal. It's just not a great idea. Don't do it. I don't advise it. Do something else. Do a turn base or something. Do a strategy or do something else. Don't do that. So I had my Switch with me. My Switch 2. And I want to report that I played not a single game on that Switch 2. I didn't play a single game. I actually charged it up. I turned it on. I downloaded some of the updates, and that was it. Me and the wife was enjoying ourselves at the pool. Okay. I didn't play a single game on this web. I couldn't bring myself to purchase the game. I didn't know which game I actually wanted, so I didn't want to waste my money. And then I had my phone with me and that games on the phone, and so that was something I can actually bought a waterproof case, and so I was able to take that into the pool and whatever. So I did that more. Was on my phone, but anyway, but there's more. So when I got back home, I did jump on the usuals. I got a new season of Marvel Rivals game. I got a chance to play that. Played a little bit of 2K. I finished Kena.
Nice.
Okay.
I finished Kena. I will say this. The last 4 boss battles were the best fights in the entire game. Because you had to fight the three relics and then the final guy. Mm-hmm. Best boss fights in the game. Period. Best action sequences in the entire game was in the last act of the game. Don't know why they did that, but that was literally the best act in the game. So I played that. I still, now that it's finished and it's over, it's probably like a 6.5 to me. Kena experience. It's probably a 6.5.
About 6.5, 7. Yeah, that's about right.
It got better towards the end. Like I said, I enjoy if the game was more of what it was at the end, it would have been more enjoyable. But I was just trying to finish it. Okay. Anyway, let's get past that. After I finished Kena, I played another game. And I was excited to play this game. I couldn't wait to finish Kena so I can play this game.
What system?
PS5.
PS4. Okay. I think I know what this is.
That game?
Yeah. It starts with a Y?
Absolutely not. I ain't playing no Yoshi. Anyway, just playing. I know it's not Yoshi. It's a joke. I know. Okay. No, sir. It's not. Doesn't start with a Y. I have started playing Expedition 33.
Oh! Okay. Bombs have been dropped. Okay, K-Bud,
I've been so excited to get on the podcast to talk about this. So excited. I have put in 9 hours already of this game.
Wow.
About 8 to 9 hours. It is hard to put down. I'm having fun. I am having fun. It is story driven. My cup of tea. It is. So I did not know it was this skill of a game. It is not your just normal turn based, just click the thing. Because I played Pokemon back in the day. It was turn based. You know, I played Marvel Midnight Suns. That was turn based. right? And I enjoy that. This is turn-based, but this is way more interactive than a regular turn-based. Like, if you don't have Souls-like timing, Demon Souls type timing, you will die over and over and over again. I did not know it was that type of turn-based game. You need Demon Souls level dodging and parity. So it's a mixture between a turn-based game and freaking Demon Souls. If you want to be honest with you, it has a very similar mechanic to Demon Souls, where when you rest, it respawns enemies. Right, it gives you your health
like
back.
Survivor and
yes.
Fallen Order. Okay.
Yes. So it's a very similar mechanic, right, to the Souls type game. So I didn't know it was a mixture of Souls and turn based, but it is. Did not know that. I will say this, Nia. I will say this. I am out of my element when it comes to building these turn based characters. I'm out of my element on that. And so I had to watch some videos to help me understand how to properly play the game, because I'm out of my element trying to build a character properly. I get what they call that. Too much information. Like, I don't know where to put, like, you like you level up so fast, I don't know where to put all the points. Right? Do I put it in dexterity? Do I put it in speed? Do I put it in power? Do you put it in luck? And which path do you take to upgrade your character? Like, it was the same thing for me when The Witcher has so many different ways to build it, and I would get kind of stuck because I wouldn't know. I don't want to spend my 10 hours gameplay going down the wrong path and make the wrong build.
Right.
So I've been enjoying the game. It's different than what I thought it was. It is turn-based. And I will say this. I am okay with turn-based games depending on the content of the game. Meaning, I'm not big into the JRP stories, the way they do their stories. I am not a big fan of those. But Midnight Suns, the Marvel game, was turn-based. I put 30, 40 hours into Midnight Suns. This game, turn-based as well, but the story is very unique. The characters unique. The environment unique. It is very French though. Let's get that out of the way. This game is very French. But I like the way they tell the story. It's not a lot of reading. There is some reading. Let's not get that. There are some points of the game where there is reading, but the cutscenes are like they made this like a AAA game, bro. They bag. They made this like a AAA game. It feels AAA. One more piece, and I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to go too far. I've talked enough. There's one more piece I want to say. This game has the worst quality mode I have ever played in a video game. I would say that with all the hoopla and love I gave this game, it has the worst 30 frames per second quality mode I've ever played in a game. I was ready to throw up. It is
frame pacing.
It is the worst.
Uncharted 3 throw up, right?
I'm talking about just full on projectile vomit. It is the worst quality mode game I've ever played in my entire life. Man. Hands down. Okay. Hands down. I was ready to turn the game off, like when I first, because the game starts off in quality mode. I'm like, if it's gonna be like this, I can't do it. I'm like, is it motion blur? What is this? Like, what's going on? What is going on? This is terrible. And I found performance mode, put it on 60 frames per second. I'm like, hallelujah. I'm like, this why is this game not shipped in performance mode? This performance mode is crisp, like a cool mountain breeze. But anyway, I just had to say that because I know I'm giving this game a lot of love, but that experience was it was horrendous, and I'm so upset that they don't ship it in performance mode. It needs to be in performance mode. Quality mode is one of the worst things I've ever experienced.
Okay. Say it with your chest, sir. Let me see these shots out. Official Wave K. I think this is my first time ever seeing your name in here. Welcome to the show, bro. He said Winter Soldier Keith. He with you. Darkwing 709. What's up, bro? He also said Official Wave also said the first Crow film holds a special place in my childhood heart. All right, bro. Drop it. Okay. We also got, who else jumped up in here? Chariot, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. All right. Let me do this before I bring Keith in. First of all, K-Bum, I want to commend your humility to say I needed to go watch and learn. Sometimes I'll be like, I can't share with these dudes. I had to go watch something to figure out what I need to do in this game. Because I'm about to do that with Star Wars Outlaws, man. I'm so tired of this game. That's why I haven't went back to it. I'm like, I need to go watch and see what they want me to do so that I can really understand what the game is acting. But yeah, I commend that humility there. Go ahead.
I just need to know how to play the game properly, so I'm not fumbling around for hours.
Bro, I'm with you because that's my problem with Elden Ring. I built the wrong build. I didn't know what I was doing. I picked the black guy with no clothes on. That was the wrong person.
Whoa.
Well, he didn't. You know, they start off naked with drawers on.
That's true.
I picked the black guy that was more agile and all this stuff. So I ain't got a lot of armor and all that type of stuff. So I literally started watching tutorials on how to play these type of games and realized, oh yeah, I started with the wrong build. I got to start from scratch, and that's what I literally did. So no, I commend you, man. That was dope. Let me read some of these before I bring you in here, K-Bum. Darkwing said, I just finished Bioshock Trilogy and got into Pragmata. Love that this game. It feels like an interesting combo of Dead Space and PN03. I don't know what PN03 is.
That's the GameCube game. Remember with the GameCube 5? PN03.
Who else? Somebody else. Nia said, I'm playing Pokopia so much last night. I did get Pragmata and Tamagotchi Life, but barely played it. Let me see if anybody else said anything down here. All right. Anyway. Okay. So, Keith, the floor is yours. What have you been gaming on, sir?
Man, nothing compared to K-Bum.
Yeah.
He went on a whole vacation.
Right.
Man, it was fun. It was fun.
Man, really, honestly, the only game that I've been playing is Pragmata. So yeah, Pragmata came out on the 17th, last Friday.
Yes.
I was playing it at midnight after the podcast. So yeah, that's pretty much. I've put in 11 hours of the game so far. What you get from the sketchbook demo, it's a lot better in the final build of the game. I'll just say it like that. All of the hacking that you did from the sketchbook, it's there. But in the main game, of course, you're introduced to new enemies, enemy types. They're doing all those things. So while you're having to maintain the character Hugh and Diana, and you're trying to, stay alive.
Diana. Sorry.
You funny. You trying to stay alive. You got newer enemy types, and some of them are fast, some of them are slow, some of them, they coming at you hard, and you gotta do the.
Good job, Level. That was a good one. Good job, Level.
That was good.
Good job, Level. Yeah, coming in hard. Oh, good job, Level.
Go ahead, Keith.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
It was. That's the best one he done.
Yeah, he did that. But so you got the hacking grid and Diana. I like how early on in the game, I'm pretty sure most people have played the first parts of the game where Hugh was trying to be the hero. I got this. Don't worry about it. And Diana's like, wait, I can help. And then, that's where you get the game begins to roll or whatever. And he begins to trust her, understand what her position is. And I love the dialogue between the two of them and how he's basically explaining regular Earth to her, but she doesn't know. What can I say about the game? So as far as the story goes, I believe him and his team were going to the moon, and they were looking for a welcome party. But when they got there, obviously, nobody was there. This is all in the beginning of the game before you even do any combat. So I ain't spoiling nothing. And on the moon, they got this thing called lunar filament. Mm-hmm. So basically, and how Level said it in the chat, it's basically a 3D printer.
A 3D print horror movie. That's what it is.
Yeah. So basically, they can make anything they want to out of this lunar filament on the moon or whatnot.
It's a substance that they get off the moon's surface.
Off the surface of the moon.
They found out that it's got all these properties that they can do all this stuff with. Go ahead, my bad.
Right.
That's dope.
And this technology does not exist on Earth. But yeah, I don't want to get too much away because I'm still learning about the story myself. In typical Capcom fashion, you got little documents and stuff that you can read to get more information, like doctors and other engineers and technicians and stuff like that, things that they, information that they left behind. That's a typical, Capcom stuff. But I like the game. What the fun thing to me is I'm starting to really understand the meta. I'm starting to really understand like what attachments and power ups to use and which ones not to use. Early on, I was kind of, I ain't gonna say I was panicking, but it's quick. The action is fast, and you trying to dodge and move, and you might not get your sequence proper. You know what I mean? You might use the wrong power up. Like, dang, I didn't want to use that right now because I know I got another enemy that's a lot bigger and tougher, and I want to wait to use a certain move on it, and I just wasted it because, like, with those attachments, you only get a certain amount, and you don't get any more unless it's either dropped or found. So the other parts of the game with the shelter, I know I gotta leave some for you, Level, but the first part where him and Diana, they go to the shelter, and in this shelter you have the ability to upgrade Hugh, you got the ability to upgrade Diana, and you also have the ability to upgrade the shelter itself to allow you to have more weapons. You can upgrade your weapons, you can upgrade your I keep saying attachments, but it's forgot what it's called now, but ability, they're like abilities, like 10% firing damage if you're 50% closer to or 50 meters closer to the enemy. So I can't remember what it's called now, but so on and so forth. And of course, in the shelter, you can change uniforms. Hugh has a few uniforms. Diana has a few uniforms. And then they got this character called Cabin something, where you can play bingo. So on the bingo card, you can get new attachments, new abilities, and new things which are on the bingo card. But you want to actually get bingo, so you want to get like 3 in a row, so on and so forth. But yeah, man, I'm really enjoying the game. I'm really enjoying the both components. It's like if you look in the middle of the screen, on this side you got to shoot, and on this side you got a whole hacking game, and you're doing them at the same time. And it's brilliant to me. I think Capcom was in their bag. The graphics are beautiful on every platform that you playing on. By the way, I'm playing on PC. I'm not playing on the Switch 2 like I originally was going to. I didn't want to experience this particular game on the Switch 2. I wanted to play it the best that I could play it. There's still other levels higher than my PC, but I wanted to play it the best that I could play it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this game right now. So far, I would say it's my GOTY. I'm really loving this game.
Look at that.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much all I've been playing. I had to stop playing Ocarina of Time because my save file data didn't save, and I'm not starting over. So that's all I've been gaming on.
All right. I guess it's my turn, and I don't want to keep us too long. Like Keith, I have been playing Pragmata, but unlike Keith, I'm not playing on my high-end PC because I don't have one. I'm playing on my high-end Switch 2. Let me say this. Keith has pretty much said everything that I would say. My situation was a little different because I didn't jump right into Pragmata. I waited until my HDMI splitter 2.0 4K HDR pass-through splitter came because I just found out, well, I've been knowing, but I didn't know how to remedy it until recently, that I've been playing in stereo and having this kind of tug of war with my TV and my surround sound receiver. So when I would hook the Switch 2 into my receiver, I would get surround sound, but I wouldn't get HDR. And then when I would go directly into my TV, which is also running to my surround sound system, unlike my PlayStation 5, which will still do surround sound, the Switch won't. It'll go stereo, and I'll only get stereo out of the TV. So I finally got tired of trying to figure out what was going on. I Googled it, and it told me I need to get a splitter. Went out to Best Buy, got me a splitter. Now your boy's enjoying full surround sound with HDR on the TV. And man, when I did that test on the Switch and I heard all my speakers light up and I heard Pragmata, it made me want to go back to play Resident Evil with surround sound right now. But with that being said, Pragmata on the Switch 2 is an excellent title. I really can't echo anything. I can't really say much more than what Keith has said. You're dealing with a 3D print horror story, but it's also one aspect that I don't think Keith touched on is this is kind of like a father-daughter drama, like a father learning how, and it's like this character is learning how to be a father, learning how to embrace a family from his background and where he came from, and then he has this girl that's a humanoid robot, but and she was left alone, and they kind of come together and they form this companionship like a father and a daughter, and he's teaching her, and at the same time she's teaching him, and it's kind of dope, and he's starting to grow a heart and that he didn't have before for caring for this girl. So it's pretty dope. It's exploring a lot of those.
Character growth.
Character growth, yeah. So the combat system.
He doesn't like children.
He doesn't like kids. So it's yeah. So I add this tidbit and then we get into the conversations. What impressed me about this game is the demo really does not do it justice. It really doesn't.
Okay.
The visuals, the set pieces, the world itself, seeing this, and I'm curious, I'm so curious of why, like you get into this part that's supposed to be a replication of New York City, but it's so disjointed and it's dope looking. It looks like New York, but it's like a computer that's been spammed out and glitched out and just started doing all this random what it interprets humans wants to see. And then when you read in the background stuff from notes left around, you get these people who are high for this place, but others who want to get back to Earth. Like it's something about this place that's just got some that's ready to get up out of here, and others are hopeful for what they are exploring and what they are discovering. And so the storyline is very intriguing. The world that you're in, like when you get out there into this place, it is a beautiful game. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful but weird and disjointed and creepy and odd, and it just makes you curious what's around that corner. And then the enemy types are very unsettling because you can tell they have they really are depicting the soullessness of these robots, these humanoids. Like Keith, I don't know about that one that come around the corner. It's kind of tall, big head. It moves soulless. You could tell it has no soul. It has no emotion. It looks at you and it just feels eerie. It feels uncanny. It don't feel right. And it's a different type of. It puts a different type of unease on you that is not like Resident Evil Requiem, but it still it kind of make you pause. It kind of make you kind of, man, I don't feel like dealing with this weird thing that crawls like, you ever seen in Exorcist when the demon and it contorts the body and it get on all fours and crawl up the wall? Like, they doing all that type of stuff. It's creepy, but it's not scary. And it really trips your brain. And there's a lot of brain tripping stuff in this game. So I'm really enjoying it. It does put me in the mind of Dead Space without the demon like horror stuff, but it also put me in mind of other games as well. You can tell this was made in close connection with Resident Evil Requiem. You can see that same engine is at play here. It's a beautiful game. I think it runs a little bit better than Requiem, to be honest with you. Is it my GOTY? Is it my game of the year? I'm not ready to say that, but it's definitely one of the best games I played this year. Absolutely. But I ended at that. So, with that being said, there's a few things that have happened this week. I think we just go ahead and get Splatoon Raiders out the way. Let's get Splatoon, because I know we probably want to talk about Asha and this game pass cut and all that stuff and get into what she's doing. But Nintendo has really been utilizing their app. The Nintendo app is on full display. And we all been wondering, what is Nintendo going to do? What are they going to show? When are they going to show us something? When are they going to have a general direct? When are they going to have a partnership direct? All that type of stuff. Well, Nintendo is like, you know what? We know what we're doing. We just going to shadow drop a trailer of a game we haven't really seen since, June of last year?
Yeah.
So, fair use. So they dropped Splatoon Raider trailer, and I couldn't find any other one that I could show. So I did speed it up, and there's no sound. So I think we should be good. Keith, I'm gonna bring you in, man. Now let me say this: K-Bum, me, Keith, K-Bum, and I think even Nia at times, and definitely me, K-Bum, me, Keith, and Nia, have played a lot of we played Salmon Run a few times. And clearly this game is basically a build, an extension off of Salmon Run. So Keith, I want to get your thoughts. What is your thoughts about Splatoon Raiders, this spin-off title in the Splatoon series? What's your thoughts on this? Give me your thoughts.
Well, let me first say this. I appreciate Nintendo for utilizing their app, but there were so many questions, and this kind of goes into the stuff that you always say about Nintendo. A lot of people was asking like, okay, what is it? Because they're leading with it's a single player experience. They're leading with that, but then everybody was like, oh, okay, it's a single player. Then I'm out. And then people come to find out that it's actually a multiplayer where you can play up to 3 other people, and y'all can go on the whole thing with each other. And it's like, I hated that they didn't really
flesh that out,
showcase it. It's not even to flesh it out. They didn't showcase it. Like they didn't even show it. You had to find that out after the fact. I didn't like that, because one of the things that me and Nia talked about this when they first announced it, I was like, ooh, Raiders. That means you're gonna be raid, man. I hope you can raid with people. And she was like, nah, it's just gonna be single player. And I was like, man, if they do that might be a miss. Because I think the single player in the normal Splatoon games, they're decent, they're fun, but that's not why you're there. I think this is cool. I think this is fun. I think this is another game that you and your buddies can play. I know we're going to get on it. I like the fact that Nintendo's being consistent with their pricing. They announced the pricing for the game. I think it's $49 digitally and $59 physically. So I like that aspect of it. I just hope that it's that they give you something that's worth playing. You know what I mean? Like your rating. So that means that you should be gaining something. I'm speaking out of ignorance here because I haven't really been feeling well. So I don't know if they announced what you get for rating. Did they ever say?
Nah, I wasn't paying attention enough to know if they said. So I'm be honest.
Okay, so, but I hope they make it worth your while. I do like the fact that you can customize and make your own weapons or something along those lines. Yeah, I think this is cool. I think Nintendo, this is a very smart move. It's another multiplayer game that they can throw under their hat for teams. And now you got voice chat, so now you can actually work together and such. So I think this is a good idea, good game. I'm definitely gonna check it out, and I hope to learn more about it. Um, and I hope they can flesh it out. And like I said, I hope they just make it worth your while.
Okay, K Bum, I don't know how much you saw of this. Nia said it's basically Splatoon Borderlands, a looter
Mm.
shooter. Like I said, for me, let me say this. For me, I like Splatoon. I'm a Splatoon fan, right? I enjoyed 3. It was just we could never connect, and that's what that was the frustration. Was constantly getting booted out of games and couldn't connect at all, so we just gave up, and it just fell out of my. We just kind of just fell back from playing it because I didn't care for the single player outside of the first one. I stopped caring about the single player. So for this, it's for me. I just need to see more. I want to understand more about the game, and I feel like this 3-minute drop wasn't enough to really give anybody the full understanding of what the game is. And I think, like Keith said, this is one of Nintendo's problems. Is sometimes I don't think they know how outside of the Zelda, because they do an awesome job with Zelda. They do an awesome job with Mario. I think with this game, sometimes they don't know the best way to show it to us. And I think they need to work on that because to me, I'm looking at it. I still don't know what's really going on. I don't know what's happening for real. But it's Splatoon, and I'm interested because I'm a Splatoon fan. So for me, it's definitely on my radar. The price helps out a lot, being $49.99 digital, $59.99 physical. That's great. I probably will get this digital. No, I'll probably get this physical. Actually, to be honest with you. But K-Bum, just we can get through this. What was your thoughts on Splatoon Raiders? Is this something that intrigued you, or what's up?
Yeah, so I actually said in the comments section that this was Splatoon Borderlands.
Okay.
I actually said that when you guys showed this video, and it looks very Splatoon Borderlandish, in my opinion, which I think is a good thing. One thing I didn't say is that I thought this game looks very crisp.
Okay.
I thought the visual for this game, looking at the Splatoon for the Switch, I thought was but the Splatoon for this, I thought was very crisp. And so I thought that was pretty dope. But yeah, I thought it was a good looking game. I thought it looks fun. In my opinion, it looks like a fun game, and I don't see why you wouldn't. Why this wouldn't be fun? I like it. Graphics look cool. The way you play looks fun. I think it's going to be a good entry. And I agree with Keith when you say that you didn't really know what it was because it wasn't clear
Yeah, that's for me.
on what type of game it was. It wasn't clear. But now it's a little bit more clear. You have a better understanding of what's going on, what type of game this is. I think it looks dope. I think it looks fun. I think it's going to be a blast, honestly.
Okay. All right. Wasn't expecting that, but okay. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to hearing more about it, seeing more. When I was watching it at the job, I was trying to watch it and keep doing what I was doing, and it was just, I don't know. I feel like that wasn't the best presentation for it. But other than that, it did look good. I agree with that. I did like that you could definitely tell they made the character models a lot better than what we had on the Switch and on the Wii U. I just need to know a little bit more. But hearing y'all, I did find out that it was co-op after the fact because that was something Keith, I remember Keith throwing it in the comment section. It's not multiplayer. It's not co-op. I'm like, yeah, they said it's co-op, but to find that out from, I guess, having to read that should have been, like you said, Keith. That should have been shown. That was a miss. Slap yourself.
Slap yourself.
That was a miss on y'all part.
That's a huge selling point for the game, in my opinion.
Right, because that would make. Now, don't get me wrong. From what I'm seeing, I would probably get this game, but the co-op is actually what will make me. That's a definite purchase. Excuse me, for me. Knowing that now, I could jump in with K-Bum, I could jump in with Keith, I could jump in with Nia, and we can all be in this game, earphones on, yelling and hollering, level head down, K-Bum, stop being the boss, get back and lead your soldiers. All that stuff, we can do all that. Keith, get over here, stop running off. You ain't got to be the first one to get the shot. All that type of stuff, we can do that.
Hey, hold on now.
That's what you was doing in Hell Divers. Keith was trying to get all the kills. I'm like, Keith, let somebody else shoot something. Level, come on over here, Level. Level, don't go over there. Level, don't throw the Level. Did you throw the mines? Level, how we going to get back to I miss all that with Hell Divers, man. But anyway, so that was what was inciting for me. So seeing that part made it go up in my desire. I don't think this trailer was the best trailer, but it did look good. That much I can agree with K-Bum on. It did look good. Just want to see a little bit more, but I definitely probably gonna get this game either. So that's gonna happen. So anyway, that was Splatoon Raiders. I'm gonna look at some of the comments down here. Like I said, Nia said it's a looter shooter. Comic Book Crunch said, "Don't worry, they will have a Splatoon Raider Direct close to lunch." You're right. That's absolutely right. Hell Divers is fun. We lost our captain, man. You know what I'm saying? We lost our captain. He abandoned ship and left us up there. We still running around saluting one another like, when is our next mission? Our captain is gone. But anyway, that's Sony fault for trying to make everybody sign into their PSN. But yeah, so that's that. All right, so Splatoon, that was dope. All right, got that out the way, because we got to get to this other situation. So last week, me and Keith had us just a good time talking about Asha and what she has been doing since she has taken over Xbox. Last week, she began to question Game Pass and said it's too expensive. This was literally last week. Game Pass is too expensive, and me and Keith kind of explored the fact that, yes, Game Pass is too expensive from two facets. It's too expensive for Microsoft to continue to do it the way they're doing it, and it's also too expensive for the consumer to buy into it, being $30 a month for Ultimate. So she was like, we're considering some things. We're looking at some things. I like what she said. She said, I'm here to learn. I'm trying to figure out why certain decisions and choices was made. She also said she's not writing off or it's not off the table that that Xbox first-party games could come back to being exclusive to Xbox. Like, she was really talking good last week, and me and Keith kind of explored the fact that, in my mind, what Asha is doing is differentiating herself from Phil Spencer. She's literally tearing down all the renovations that Phil built up, and she's identifying the problem. Like, what me and Keith kind of explored last week was Phil Spencer kind of never identified the problem. He just built over it. He just put new walls up. He put pictures up. He put new furniture in the house and never dealt with the foundation, never dealt with the actual issue. So the house looked good, but still had the same stench from the stuff that was going on under all this new makeup. So she's literally tearing down this stuff. And she said, I have to understand, I have to learn why decisions and choices was made. Well, as we see, she's doing a lot. Not only did she say Game Pass was too expensive, she said we cutting the price. So,
True that.
I'm going to let Keith who did I start with last time? I think I started with K-Bum. No, Keith last time.
You started with Keith because you talked about it was Splatoon.
So,
that's right.
To be fair, since K Bum is back. K Bum, what is your thoughts? Because you didn't get a chance to share your thoughts from last week and all that happened then. What is your thoughts on what Asha is doing and this Game Pass price cut? Go ahead.
Um, they told y'all that from the beginning.
True.
So here's the problem with it with the original Xbox team is that they were trying to tell you that sugar ain't sweet. That's what was going on. They were telling you, no, exclusives don't matter in this economy. And they were trying to tell you, no, you put your games everywhere. That's how you do this thing. You guys are so dinosaurs. And we're all sitting here like, no, exclusive matters. And you probably, if you want to make money, you probably shouldn't put your first party game on Game Pass. I know you're trying to sell it. And that's why when Sony said, nah, we cool, we gonna do Game Pass, but we ain't putting our first party on there. Why, Sony? Why won't you do that? Because it's going to, the loot is going to have a negative impact on the quality of our first party games. No, Xbox is better the way they're doing it. You guys, and so I'm like, okay, whatever. We still ain't doing it. And finally, someone with a better oversight of pictures, someone who's not tied to the Xbox brand as well, and they can see a little bit further into the forest, sees and also has the hindsight of seeing the impact of Game Pass is making massive moves. And understand this, as a CEO, when you come in, you have to make big swings. For one, you have to differentiate between the previous CEO and you, right? And secondly, you the reason why you got this job is that you had plans already on how to right the ship, as they say, right? And so coming in and make big sweeping change is kind of what you do as CEO, right? Especially when things aren't going well. So I think as of right now, April 23rd, 2026, I believe she's making the right decision so far. I believe she's identified the correct problem, which is what people have been saying for the longest. The fact that Game Pass, one, too expensive. Two, Game Pass has first party games on there, which creates the gamer that doesn't buy Xbox games. You've conditioned your gamers, which we've been saying for the longest. You've conditioned your gamers not to buy games when you put those get it first on Game Pass, whatever they do. So I think those are the things that she's listening or she's observed herself, right? And then she's made a decision that we're going to make first party matter again. Let's make first party great again. You need a hat for that. Make first party great again.
Is that Facker?
Yeah.
I had to. You set it up. That's Facker.
And good night, guys. That's the end of the podcast.
So good though. Oh man, you on fire today, Level.
That's not
you
right.
you on fire today.
That's not right.
You on fire today. You on fire today, sir. I won't use the acronym again, but I would say, yeah, make first parties great again, and which is exactly what we like. The podcast, this podcast has said those very things. If anything, she listened to our podcast and went to make a decision. We could have been CEO of Xbox. This is what you were going to do. This is stuff that we've been saying and identifying as the core issues of what's going on and why it's not working out. And she's not married to Game Pass. She sees the value in Game Pass. She's not married with Game Pass. And that was, I think, Phil's. It's not her baby. And I think that was a problem with Phil and possibly Sarah, is they were married to Game Pass. So yeah, I'm excited about what she's doing. I think she's making great decisions. I see these as changes that can get Xbox out of the rut that they're in. I think these are the right right choices to create momentum. That's where I want to say, create momentum, because they don't have momentum. They don't. They do not have momentum. They've been they've been in a rut for a while, and I think these changes are going to create that momentum for them. So I think she's doing a great job. I like her decisions. I like whoever she's been talking to, listening to. Live and Level Game Pass. I mean, Live and Level Gamers podcast.
Yeah.
But
She definitely been listening to us.
but it's dope.
Like, put them three dudes on right there. They got what it is. We've been saying this for about 4 years. Let me read this real quick. Welcome to the show, Angry Vigilante. Then I got you, Keith. Xbox Game Pass get a price cut under new CEO, but there's a catch. Microsoft is changing how Call of Duty games get added to Game Pass. It says, following a leaked memo from Xbox CEO Asher Sharma, Microsoft is officially lowering the price of Game Pass, its signature subscription service, starting today. The top-tier Game Pass Ultimate subscription costs $22.99, $7 cheaper. No, $8 cheaper. $7 cheaper, down from $29.99. The PC Pacific version, which Keith has, he's always bragging about Game Pass, now costs $13.99. A few dollars less than its previous price tag of $16.49. The catch is what is included in these tiers and when. According to Microsoft, everything that is currently included in either subscription will remain available after the price change. However, future Call of Duty games, including this year's unannounced Call of Duty entry, is it coming to the Switch too? Anyway, that's what people want to know. Will no longer be day one release on Game Pass. Instead, newer Call of Duty games will be available on Game Pass the following holiday, like we literally said, season. We said all this we've been saying, or about a year after they first release. Existing Call of Duty titles already.
Same thing Sony does.
Yeah. Existing Call of Duty titles already on the service will continue to be available for Game Pass subscription. So if it's already on there, it's going to stay on there. But everything coming new is not going to be there anymore. Day and date is going to be either the holiday, following holiday, or months to years later. The changes come after just 2 Call of Duty games were day one releases. Through Game
Terrible
Pass,
releases.
Terrible. 2024's Call of Duty.
Millions of dollars lost.
Black Ops 6 and last year's Black Ops 7. Man, when a battlefield takes over. Earlier this month, a memo from Microsoft Gaming, which we're going to talk about that, CEO Asher called Xbox Game Pass too expensive. And Sharma said that the company needed to find a better balance when it comes to the value, and that a solution needed to be flexible. This price decrease appears to be the company's answer to that dilemma. Go ahead, Keith. What is your thought, sir?
What episode is this? If you're listening to my voice, go back to episode 418. This has already been discussed before it was even in place. No, I'm playing. Asha, while we're here, run me my coins. I need my coins. I need my money. No, I'm going to echo K-Bum. This is a step in the right direction. They're still not out of the weeds, if you will.
Correct.
Since you're listening, just hear.
Since you're listening,
here's the rest of it. I know if you've talked
about today, bro.
I know you've talked about exclusives, and y'all are trying to figure out what to do. Just make them good. Y'all have
What's wrong with y'all? He said it's so nonchalant. Just make them good.
just make them good, and bring back what's the girl? Perfect Dark, like that. Like you bring back Perfect Dark and that one platinum game that couldn't run on the Xbox One or whatever. You bring those 2 games back, Xbox gamers are gonna know you're serious. Bring those games back, put some money behind them, and then you and as a PC gamer, You don't have to give them to me. Just give them to the Xbox gamers. I still won't run out and buy the console, but I guarantee you there'll be a lot of people that will be like, "Oh, we went in Perfect Dark and whatever that game was. I can't remember what it was called now. It was like the platinum dancing game with the dragons. Um, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I
Yeah, I
can't think of
remember
the
that
name.
game.
Bring.
No, dang,
Why
I
you
know what you're
think? Why
talking
you
about.
thinking on that? I'm keep going.
Go ahead.
But yeah, the you at this point now you just gotta focus on making exclusives, and like you already said with Call of Duty, I will follow suit. Quit putting all those games first, day one exclusive. You gotta make your money. You gotta make your money first. Anybody who wants to play a game is going to play a game. I don't. If you got the money and you want to play something, you're gonna play it. If you gotta wait, they're gonna wait. So you don't have to try to encourage people to, oh, scale down. Thank you, Nia. You don't have to try
Yes,
to
there it is. Scalebound. There it is.
you don't have to try to trick people into, oh man, if we put these day one on Game Pass, they're gonna stop playing their PlayStation. In what world? That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna stop playing PlayStation to come over to you because you put it day one on Game Pass. So rethink what games deserve to be in Game Pass, what's
Yeah.
profitable,
Yep.
what makes sense, and then like with Call of Duty, bringing a year after, even other games that you got coming out, make people buy your games again. Game Pass can stay around. It's still a good service, I think. You bring over indie day one. You know what I'm saying? That one game just came out. I can't say this word to save my life with the pottery king, whatever. I can't say that word.
That's
Kiln,
big.
Kiln,
Whole different
Kine,
language. Speaking a whole different language,
LeBron
bro.
James. The little pottery game is on
Oh,
Game
that
Pass
brother went
today.
Japanese on us, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, what is he saying?
That's the perfect Game Pass game. Believe it or not, I think Nia, you spelling it is not gonna help me say it any better.
Oh,
Uh, still, what's the game K-Bone was just
Is
talking
it
about?
killing? Is that how you say it?
Kiln. I think it's Kiln.
Killing.
But yeah, there's a lot of games that make sense to put on Game Pass. But Forza. I'm sorry, I love some Forza. You can't give that away for free. Gears of War, you can't give that away for free like that. Not day year one. You
Day and day.
gotta
Yeah, you can't do
day and
that.
day. You gotta stagger that a little bit. So there are some games that make sense. Like there's Resident Evil 7. If I never played that, dude, this is the perfect time for me to play it because it's free on Game Pass. NBA 2K26 is the Windows edition. It's free. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of I'm looking at them right now. Super Meat Boy 3D. Pause.
I was
There's a
about to
lot of
hit you, boy.
games that replace game. Perfect game for Game Pass. So you just got to make the right decisions and make it make sense. So that's my take. I think Asha's, doing the right thing, stepping in the right direction, and I'm excited to see what comes of this. And all you Xbox shields out there, y'all looking real bad right now. Y'all looking real bad. Yeah, man, they was all champion Call of Duty going in game. This is why you play it. You buy it. You blah, 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 blah. You know who I'm sounding like. This is why we do it right here.
Don't do
This
that,
is
man.
now all of a sudden
Don't mess with my guy, man. Don't do that.
now all of a sudden the decision is reversed. This was the right decision. I can't
Oh,
listen
they
to you no
said
more.
that. They said that
Yeah.
now. Oh,
He's
I
saying
haven't
that
heard.
this
I
is the
haven't
right
heard.
decision now. Yeah, this is the right.
Don't
I
do
bet
my
it
guy.
is.
Don't do my guy like
I
that.
bet it is.
Let him slide, Keith. Let him slide, bro. Give him a pass, man.
No,
He
folks been calling him
fanning,
out for
man.
years.
He
He's a fan.
fan. He a fan, man. Let him be a
He a
fan,
fan.
bro.
Yes,
This is the
man.
right.
Yes,
This is the right decision.
You got his tone down too. It's showing up his tone. As soon as you said I knew what you was talking about. Go ahead.
No, that's it. That's it.
Oh,
Just
okay.
just get better games and put the right games in Game Pass.
Okay. Well, like Keith said, man, I echo. We talked about this last week. It's just good to see Asha is continuing to literally distinguish herself from Phil. She's literally taking basically pulling down all the strategies, all the plans, all the strategic forward things that they had planned. She watching all that down the drain. She like, I'm writing the ship. These are things I need to do, and she doing it. And she didn't stop there. Another thing that happened, and it's literally, she's over Microsoft Gaming, right? She's literally over.
She done with it.
She's over Microsoft Gaming, and now she's literally over. Like it says the memo from Microsoft CEO. Microsoft. Let me get there again. Look what it says right here. It says early this month, a memo from Microsoft Gaming CEO Asher Sherman called Xbox Game Pass too expensive. So she is the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Well, that's what is going on. Why is this? Okay, there it is. Well, that's no more. Asher has stripped and dropped the whole Microsoft Gaming as well. So they will no longer be known as Microsoft Gaming. It will be Xbox Gaming. This woman is she's not playing. She's like, yeah, I see what they did wrong. They lost faith in this, and they were trying to act as if they still believed in it when they really didn't. That's really what we're saying. Phil didn't believe in Microsoft in Xbox anymore. And so I think Phil was trying to make this as an Xbox to cover up, we need to make some money. Hey, let's put these games everywhere. And I think, like I said last week, I think Sarah came up with, okay, we could call it, this is an Xbox. Everything is an Xbox. And I think Asher's like, no, y'all lost faith in the Xbox. At least Phil did. And she going back to focusing on, I guess, truly focusing on first party in their consumers. At least he's trying to paint it like that way. So she's literally, dropped the Microsoft Gaming label. So let me look. I'm trying to look this up. No longer Microsoft Gaming. Let me see. And so I want y'all thoughts on this. K-Bum, I'm going to come back to you. What's your thoughts on her dropping the Microsoft Gaming label?
It's to me, it's very interesting.
Stay with Pop
because I thought this is the direction they were going. I thought the end game was Microsoft Gaming. And so, and kind of, we've talked about this on several occasions that what Microsoft really wanted to do, even from the beginning, was to put Windows on home consoles. Right? That's kind of been there, what they've kind of wanted from the beginning. So the fact that they're dropping the Microsoft, because that's the only thing that was, that name didn't have the same stain that Xbox did. So I thought a good direction, and we all kind of talked about that they were going to go and call it Microsoft Gaming because Microsoft Gaming is kind of known in the PC world. We thought that was the direction they were going to go, and Xbox was going to be renamed Microsoft Gaming.
We clearly saw that's what they was about to do. You can clearly see that's what they was doing.
I guess that's a feel thing. I thought that was Daddy Microsoft saying, "Hey, you're going to do this, right? You've made my name stink. Xbox Game Studios Game." And so we're going to give you a name that has at least more confidence. It's not the greatest name, but has more confidence than Xbox Gaming. Xbox Gaming has been a third place console since its entire existence. So I don't know. This makes me more interested in what Xbox is doing than anything they've done in the past. Well, let me not say anything. I was very interested in Game Pass and what they're going to do for that. But this makes me interested in what's going on in with them. This makes me very interested.
Let me read this, and I'm gonna throw it to you, Keith. It says, this Polygon, new Xbox CEO says Microsoft will reevaluate our approach to exclusivity. Microsoft gaming is dead. Long live Xbox. That's the question. Xbox new leadership is rapidly making changes to Microsoft gaming division that starts with the end of Microsoft gaming and the reevaluation of the Xbox team approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI. Chief Content Officer Matt Booty, and CEO Asher Sherman said in a memo to employees on Thursday. The letter to employees was later published publicly on Xbox Wire, and it offers some insight into the new way of thinking at Xbox following the departure of former leaders Phil Spencer and Sarah Bonds. And let me say this. I don't even think we need to read any more of this because we already know what's going on. I feel like Sarah Bond is just getting a total bad rap. I think Sarah Bond's name is getting thrown in here too much. Yeah. She never got a chance. K-Bum, you said something. I'm finna give it to you, Phil. You said they're trying to get rid of this. That you thought they was getting rid of the Xbox stench.
Yes.
No, they getting rid of the Phil stench. This is Phil.
Phil. I thought it was Xbox, but I'm thinking that you're correct. I think it is the Phil stench.
Yeah, they getting rid of Phil stench. Like, I think we did because Phil was so good at presenting himself as for the gamers and just showed himself passionate, transparent, open, seemingly honest. But Phil said some interesting things over that stretch. Phil said we cannot compete with Sony and Microsoft. And we all said on this podcast, Phil, what the heck you doing? You say that in your thoughts. You don't say that publicly. You don't come and
you
tell
say that
us.
in your head.
Yeah, you keep that to yourself. You tell Sarah, look, Sarah, we can't compete with them. That's who you say that to. You don't come and tell the world you can't compete with Sony and Nintendo. So what that tells me is you no longer really have faith in what you were selling. So you tried to circumvent, you tried to go around, you tried to create these other avenues because you don't feel like y'all can really compete with the other guys. Well, Asher is saying we no longer with that. We about to bring life and new faith in the brand. We focusing on the brand. We bringing it back to Xbox. We bringing it back to looking at exclusivity, all these different things. So it really shows me that they feel like Phil lost his way. I said this last week, and then Keith, you got it. I said I feel like Phil was too close to the problem and too overwhelmed with the problem to see what it needed to fix it. And sometimes when you in and overwhelmed and under the pressure, you can't see your way out, and the door could be literally wide open over here, and you can't see the door because you're too overwhelmed. And people that are not as close can see how you can get out. And sometimes you just need new eyes. So I think Phil just got too overwhelmed, too lost, and Sarah got sucked into his I thought somebody was gonna say pause. Sucked into his black hole. Lord Jesus. Anyway, so and
you didn't help at all, sir.
I know. I'm just looking at all because I'm like, I can't even think pure no more because how y'all do this. But anyway,
into her black hole is
a black hole is, it literally pulls stuff into it. So it's like I think she got
don't save it.
Anyway. Hey, if I was old dude, if I was what's that dude name? But anyway, Keith, the floor is yours, bro. Go ahead.
What's the question? You talking about some black holes? What we saying?
Oh, Lord.
I didn't say nothing about no black holes, man. What you thinking about? I said holes.
No black holes, like space, brother.
Is that an E? Is that an O-H-O-E or H? Oh, that's an H-O-L. I didn't hear no L in there. Okay. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro.
Mass Effect. That's what we talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, shoot, what can I say? I do hate that Sarah Bond is like they're using her as the catalyst of like, oh, this is the downfall. And again, we Xbox been failing for some years now. It didn't happen overnight, and it definitely didn't happen at this is an Xbox. I feel like that was the one saving grace because it was like, well, shoot, we're gonna get money by any means necessary. But I like the fact that Sarah is fighting back and getting that we can't compete stench that Phil said off of the Xbox brand and trying to rebuild and bring the Xbox brand back to some type of formidable opponent to the other two, right?
Yeah.
Because the competition out here is what drives the products, and
Yep.
without it, you're gonna have people just doing what they want to do. And so yeah, I like the fact that she's trying to fight for the brand. Because for a minute there, I think I had lost hope as well. I was like, oh, they finna close the doors, And the
Yeah. Yeah.
same way with Nintendo when the Wii U went down, folks was like, this is it for Nintendo. They going third party, and then the
True.
very
True.
next
True.
generation, they got one of the highest selling consoles of all times.
True
Like they're
again.
probably gonna end up being the highest selling console because it's still selling. So anything can happen. Anything can happen for Xbox. They can turn it around, but they gotta. I think one of the articles I saw said that they gotta really hone in on their identity. They have to hone in on their identity with all this reshaping. There is no great Xbox period of time that you can go back to. No, this is your opportunity to forge a new future. Don't worry about like get rid of the stench, forge a new future. Go back to the last segment, bring back them games that I mentioned. That'll be a really good thing for the gamers, for those games to exist and to make them exclusive. So I agree with both you guys, man. Just yeah, I agree with
Okay.
both y'all.
All right. One thing, I also think they need to go ahead and let go Matt Booty as well. He was a part of that run with Phil as well. So, but anyway, curious to see where they're going to go. I like what Asha's doing so far. I like her aggressive, kind of take charge, clearly distinguishing herself from Phil, clearly identifying what we all have been saying for years. I think she just listening. I think she probably combing through responses to things that have happened. Like, hey, give me the response from the fan base on, and it wouldn't be hard to identify good games. Good games. That's it. Just make some good games. And so they got a lot to work with. I don't believe, like you said, Keith, this is not an overnight fix. It's not one change this thing and you got it. There is no past to go back to. You do need to restore Master Chief. You do need to restore and reintroduce some of these prominent characters you got. But yeah, they need to shape their identity from here, and I like what I'm seeing so far. I gotta be honest, she's doing some dope stuff so far. Stuff I don't think they let Sarah Buns get remotely close to doing. So anyway, let's continue. So two more topics and then we'll get out of here. I'm trying to see where I want to go. Okay, so the Switch sales came out this month. And this was crazy. And this was in America. Switch 2 for America for the month of March sold over 500,000 copies. Units, of the Switch 2. And largely due to Pacopia. So, Keith, I'm going to come back your way. I know it was K-Bum turn, but I think K-Bum wouldn't mind because I'm going to come to K-Bum on the Jim Ryan Shuhei topic. What's your thoughts, man? What does this mean?
What do you mean? What does it mean?
Like, how do you feel about the Switch 2 in the sales for March? Just
Oh,
real quick.
for the okay, yeah, I'm actually I'm flabbergasted. No, I'm kidding. I'm not flabbergasted. It just lets me know that the games that really move people and really entice people, they come out of nowhere. It could be anything. A lot of times we think we can identify because something has the prettiest graphics. We think something has the biggest budgets, all of that stuff, and we say, "Oh, this is a game that's going to do it." Pocopia comes out, probably a very affordable game to make for the Dragon Quest builders team, using Pokemon. It just solidifies who is on the Switch 2 and what they're playing. It's gaming, and we've always said this. There's games for everybody. Pocopia is not for me. I look at someone like Nia who's put in several hours and she gets excited about the things that she's building. And then you can go on Twitter and you can see all the things that people are building and they're excited about exploring their creativity, and that's what that game affords them. So for me, this is a very good thing because it's almost like playing spades. I had some surefire bets that I was gonna win, but then I had this possible. I'm saying Pocopia wasn't possible. I'm saying that other fan bases will say, "No, man, that was a book. That was an automatic book." But I'm saying that was a possible. And wow, look at all these things I just raked in to the point where it's out. I think I was looking at the chart. It outsold PlayStation 5 and the Switch everywhere, not just in Japan this time around, like you were just mentioning. So it's a huge game. It is a huge game. So they got one. And if they were to make a Splatoon, Pocopia 2, they got another one. So kudos to Nintendo. I hope they can take advantage of the momentum and make some more announcements. I know people have been waiting on Nate the Hate to talk his direct to come out. He got what, 7 days? He got 7 days until April's over with. So I hope they capitalize on it and follow up strong with more titles that, in my opinion, came out of nowhere.
Okay. Yeah, it says around 568,000 Nintendo Switch 2s were sold in the United States of America in March. That's just America alone. That's not Japan. That's not Europe, anywhere else. That's a lot of systems for 1 month. For comparison, the original Switch first sold more than 500,000 units in a non-holiday month in March 2020, the month of COVID lockdown and Animal Crossing New Horizons. So these cozy comfort games are beast sellers on Switches and Switch 2. K-Bum, what's your thoughts on this, man? What do you think about this?
Restate the question so I'll make sure I'm answering the right thing.
With the Switch 2, it sold 568,000 copies in the month of March in the United States alone. What is your thoughts on that?
Are you talking about this game did, or the time many Switches were sold?
The Switch 2 sold that many.
Okay, sorry.
568,000 copies in the month of March alone.
Excellent. So yeah, I you asked me a question a couple of weeks ago about do I believe that Switch 2 has any pressure, and I know it was a different topic. It was something different, right? And I stated I don't believe they have anything to any pressure really behind them because they're even with the catalog that they do have, they're selling. The second fastest selling, or is it either first or second fastest selling console of all time?
Behind
Of
the
all
Game
time.
Boy Advance, I think.
Yeah. Like if PlayStation was doing that, I wouldn't have been saying that they. Now, even though PlayStation was selling well, I still stated the fact that I didn't understand why it was selling well.
Right.
Because at that point in time, it didn't have any real bangers. It was most of the games where you can get it on both systems, right? But you can kind of draw a line on why the Switch is selling well.
I got a
Switch 2 is selling well, right?
I
You
got a
can
thought. I got a thought on that, K-Bone. I don't mean to cut you off, but I think the
go
reason
ahead.
PlayStation was selling so well is because those were the Xbox de factos. The people that was leaving Xbox was going over buying PlayStation. Hey, that's my thought. That's my thought.
Yeah, but but there was no reason to jump to next gen though, right? At that point, even there was still no real reason to jump next gen, and
They didn't want to be
that's the
left
kind of
behind.
Keith just needed a reason. He just needed a reason. Ashley
needed
was getting too
to
much
slam
praise. He's like, we
to
got to
slam.
throw some salt on Microsoft. Phil ain't here no more. Keith, you can't throw no salt on him now. Phil gone.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
No. Yeah, no. But it's still on that point. I do think that you can draw a line on why the Switch 2 is selling well. Right? We can point to the fact that this has been the best third party support in this amount of time than maybe the old school Nintendo probably had. The NES probably had this level of third party support because it really wasn't the first party and third party wasn't really a big thing back then. But it got plenty of support. Super Nintendo got plenty of support as well. But it's been a while since we've seen this level of support on the Nintendo system from third party. And you still have, even within the first year of its cycle so far, you still had at least 3, but not full exclusive. You had Mario Kart that was exclusive, and another one and Donkey Kong was exclusive, right?
Yes.
Donkey Kong was exclusive, and then Metroid was cross-platform. But even with that, you've had good games, and you still have the momentum from the original Switch. So you can see why this is selling well. So I don't know why the big hoopla is about Nintendo. Okay, last piece, then I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. I believe someone posted the price increase of the Rogue Ally, and how these other mobile systems are at a point of now they're around $1,000 right now, and the Switch 2 being the only system with DLSS is still under $500. Still, the only person out there with NVIDIA is still under $500, who still punches because of the fact that these games are optimized. And I've said this many times. It still either punches on the same level or in some instances out punches these $1,000 systems. I still don't understand what is the back and hoopla about the Switch 2. Why the negative news around Switch 2 is kind of the thing that you do when it's doing everything that it's supposed to do. It's supposed to get third-party support. Not supposed to, sorry. It's doing everything that you would want it to do. That's a better way of saying it. You would want it to get third-party support. It's doing that. You would want it to be the cheapest, which it is, the cheapest mobile system out there. You would want it to have good quality first-party within this first year. It's done that. So I don't understand why we even having these conversations about Switch 2, why we have to prove its success when it's doing everything that you would expect it to do. So, yeah, that's my point.
The question that I asked that K-Bun was referring to, I said, is there any pressure on Nintendo when it comes to the first general direct that they're going to have whenever it comes to is there pressure? He said no, he doesn't believe there's any pressure. I think there is some slight pressure, but when you see sales like these and from a game that I think none of us would expect to have moved this many, I didn't see this. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't see this with Pacopia. I didn't see it with Animal Crossing. And we don't have a COVID this time around. And the Switch 2 is at least $200 more than the original Switch. uh, and you couldn't have told me, or $100. How much more is it though? It's $500 basically with $450, so about 100 or so more than the original Switch. Yeah, I didn't see this come. So it's cost more and it's selling more. That is intriguing. What else was I finna say? Keith, did you have anything else to add on this? What's up, Fred? Thought I saw you down there. K-Bum, you asked something, and this goes to a conversation me and Keith was having. You said, why is there so much? I think it's because this is industry disrupting with the Switch 2. You have status quo. People see and understand the industry from a certain lens or from a certain vantage point of you have PC, Xbox, PlayStation over here. You have Nintendo over here. They in their own lane. They're on their own islands. We look at Nintendo when we see first party titles we want to see, like the Marios, the Zeldas, the Smash Bros, the Mario Karts, etc. Right? But then when we want to see what real gaming is, then we over here with PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. Well, the Switch 2 has joined itself into that conversation because you getting these games that never would have shown up on a Switch or Nintendo device. Not only are you getting them in what we say last week, Keith, we said satisfactory. They are in parity with, like you just said, K-Bum. And I don't think people can accept that yet. That this is a new Nintendo. And I think it's still polarized. I think it's still jarring. I think it's still just weird to some that Nintendo has pragmata. And it don't just have it. We not saying it looks like melted ice cream. We not looking at it like we did with Doom and Witcher 3. So I think that's really disjointing for a lot of folks. Even some of these major platforms that do this stuff are still kind of showing some confirmational bias, showing some status quo. Like me and Keith was literally talking about something Oliver said, and we don't have to stay on this long, where he's literally trying to direct your dollars, trying to tell you to buy it over here instead of buying it over there. Stuff that Keith said they didn't typically used to do that. We're starting to see them do these type of things, and I think it's because they're used to certain players being in certain lanes. They come accustomed to that, and Nintendo with the Switch 2 has disrupted that. And how do we talk about? I think it's still weird for us. Let's be real. It's weird for me to look at my shelf over there, and I got on one shelf, I got Pragmata, Requiem, Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, Star Wars Outlaws, Cyberpunk 2077, Street Fighter 6, Hogwarts Legacy, WWE, Madden, NBA 2K, and Shadows. And it don't have PlayStation. It's all Switch 2.
Yep,
That's crazy.
all Switch 2.
That's crazy. And we've never seen nothing like this in years. That you can literally stay in one space and get all these games on the Nintendo. You get the best of third party on Nintendo as well as the best of first party. I think that's disturbing. I think that's unsettling for some. So I think that's what it is. They want Nintendo to go back. Y'all play fair. Go back to just being first party, and we'll look at y'all when we want to, but I don't think they're comfortable with having to literally look at Nintendo in the same light as the others. I think it's still hard for people to adjust to that.
It should be a celebration of the technology that NVIDIA.
It's a celebration. I'm sorry I couldn't pass that moment up. Celebrate! It's a celebration.
Man.
Sorry, go ahead, man.
It should be a celebration of the technology that NVIDIA and Nintendo is able to bring to the industry, as opposed to, I'm not saying that they are saying what Level's saying, but and I can't disprove what he's saying, but if it is being viewed that way, that's kind of ludicrous. Like K-Bone was saying, you got $1,000 machines out here versus a $400, $500 machine, depending on the region. That's doing a lot. Although I didn't buy Pragmata on the Switch 2, it's still a gorgeous game on the Switch 2. I've seen the videos. I've seen people talk about it. I've seen the performance and how it runs. It's still a very viable option. I'm watching Dark. He was streaming earlier. You know what I'm saying? Dark 301. So it's like this should be a time for us to come together and be like, yo, I can't believe we're at this point where we're getting games like this for this price. Instead, we're getting, I guess, maybe, if you want to play it like that. What do you mean if you want to play it like that? We've been waiting for this for years. For years we've been waiting for this. And things are only getting better. And like we was talking about last week, this is the only company that's making a difference between digital and physical pricing. We've been talking about that for years, and it took Nintendo of all companies to do it. Oh man. Crazy work. Crazy,
sir. And man, why am I steady defending Nintendo? I'm getting tired of being this person. I'm tired of it. I'm gonna start hating just to hate. Jeez.
Don't do that. Shouts out to London Voice 1316. He said, "Who is this waffling?" I don't know what he means by that. Explain yourself, sir. We also have Dark Star DX. What's up, bro? Keith just shot you out. So much to play on this thing. Talking about the Switch 2. Yeah, man, that's what I think it is. So let's keep it moving, right? So this is where I want to bring K-Bum in. So on a podcast or something, Shuhei, the former director of Sony, made an interesting statement. And he kind of shared why he was fired by Jim Ryan. And I think he was jokingly serious when he was saying what he was saying. He was saying something serious via a joke, a hit masked in a joke and laughs. But I think everything he said was serious. So he said Jim Ryan fired him. He was fired by Jim Ryan because he would not do what Jim Ryan wanted. So let me see this real quick. Shuhei Yoshida said Jim Ryan fired him from PlayStation Studios because I did not listen to him. Shuhei, previously head of Sony World Studios for 11 years, has remarked that he was fired from the role by the CEO, Jim Ryan, because I didn't listen to him. Yoshida suggested Ryan asked him to do some ridiculous things, and I said no. Before saying that he highly enjoyed the role Ryan offered him as head of PlayStation Indies, Yoshida was speaking at Australia Games Festival, ALT Games, sharing perspectives on what he believes make a successful indie title. So that's it. We don't need to go super far with it. K-Bum, what is your thoughts? Yoshida was let's understand. Yoshida stewarded some of the best time with Sony. He was over Ghost of Tsushima. He was over the remake of the, how would you say that, K-Bum, with God of War? The reboot, I guess.
Reboot. Yeah, it's a reboot.
He oversaw the reboot of God of War. I think Last of Us was under his watch. Like that era of Sony that we love, Yoshida was over.
Yes.
He was the shepherd. He was the what you want to say? He was the steward. He was the person the president. He was in charge of probably the best time of Sony, far as their first party titles. He oversaw it, and he was fired by Jim Ryan. So, K-Bun, the floor is yours.
It's funny because I was just talking to some kids today. I say kids, but they're adults, but still, I felt old. So I've been working in technology and software development for 20 years. For 20 years now. And I told some people that today, and he's like, well, I'm only 30 years old. I'm like, shut up, no one asked you. So I've been doing this for 20 years, and I've been in corporate America that whole 20 years. I'm gonna tell you a secret, Level.
Yeah.
If you don't do what your boss said, you get fired. Like it's not it's not that difficult. That is fine and dandy when it comes to what you've done, but corporate is cutthroat, bro. People are trying to make names for themselves, especially when you get that high up. You're trying to make a name for yourself, and when you have someone under you that you feel is undercutting you, is not portraying the vision that you are setting as the CEO, you get rid of them. His justification for being fired is what I would expect you to get fired for. When you don't do what your boss tells you to do. Now, hindsight says what Jim probably told him was probably ridiculous.
Right.
Hindsight says Shuhei is probably onto something when he says that. Because Jim is the sole reason why, I'll say sole reason, I'll say that, the sole reason why first party has been absent from the PlayStation 5. Because he wanted to make everything a live service, and they're releasing studios, firing people, cutting good games, or taking good games and trying to make them to something that they're not, because you're trying to make everything a live service. And every live service you've made that actually came out, which is Concord last year, lasted about a week, and then Marathon, which is made by Bungie Studios, who made Destiny. That it really isn't doing. I don't see anybody talk about Marathon. I don't see anybody talking about Marathon. Not to say I'm the portal of all games or the knower of all games. I'm just saying I don't see that in the atmosphere of gamers. I don't see that on the tip of the tongues of gamers. Right. So yeah, I can fully believe what he was telling him to do was probably stupid, or it didn't make sense. And Yoshida had probably better direction, but the problem is you ain't the boss. And if your boss tells you this is one, not to make a long story short, this is one of the reasons why I had to leave my previous job, because I'll tell this one story, then I'll let it go. So I had a new guy came in, a new boss came in, right? He comes in and he wants to do his strategy. And I've been at the job for probably 8 years now. He want to come in and do his strategy. I take a look at his strategy. I sit down, look at it, and I say, "That's good, but I think we should do this and this and this instead." He says no, and I said, and I come back again. I'm like, I get what you're trying to do here, but I think that this and this and this would probably produce better results. He says no. And so we end up having a real face-to-face talk. And he tells me this. He says, "What you are suggesting for me to do is probably better than what I'm trying to do. But I want to do it this way because of preference." I was told this, that my way was probably the better way. But that ain't the way we gonna do it. I am completely honest with you guys. He told me my way was better, but we ain't doing that. He the boss. He makes the decision. We doing it his way. So when you tell me that this man got fired, and and like I said again, long story short, I left that job because of that manager, because he wouldn't promote me because I didn't brown nose enough. Because I would tell him in his face if I thought he was wrong, but I'm blue, whatever. But yeah, I fully believe that he was let go because of that, and that's how corporate America works. All the stuff you've done for me, but what are you doing for me now? And if you're in my way, then I'm gonna move you. So yeah.
But hindsight 20 anyway. Keith, come on through here, bro. What's your thoughts? Yoshida says Jim Ryan fired him because I didn't listen to him.
I mean, how do you follow what K-Bone just said?
I don't know. That's not.
What do you say to that? I agree with K-Bone. I think that Jim was probably asking him to do something crazy or do something that didn't speak to the gamers, obviously.
True.
And Shuhei was like, no, I think this is a better way, blah, blah, blah. But of course, like K-Bone said, he's not the boss, so it ain't his say so. So I think that's probably what was going on. And now we see the position that PlayStation is in currently. It is maybe Shuhei was onto something, and he said,
"Ain't no maybe, ain't no maybe." He's saying this.
Wait. He don't like when you don't just come out and just bash him. He can't do that. So he has to say it in a way that he can still get his point across. So the reason I'm saying maybe is because it's still left for interpretation. So.
Bro, interpret what he said, man. Go ahead and interpret.
I'm just saying he still has to
read between the lines, sir.
That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to read between the lines, but he not going to give it to you.
To say what he said between the lines. you talking about he could. No, he telling you without telling you. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, yeah. I'm not for that. Listen. He has to maintain some type of professionalism because I mean he still got to be the man at the end of the day, and he still got things he got to worry about. So he can't just come out and be like, "Man, Jim is this better," blah blah blah. But anyways,
they fired Jim.
It don't matter. He still got to.
He's trying to make sure he can show up if Sony have like a reunion.
Yeah.
He can still show up.
He still got to be able to show up or somewhere else.
Right, but okay. Go ahead, go and cook, man.
I mean, I don't really know what else to say, but it's just
I know what I want to say. But
go ahead, because I'm.
So for me, I'm Shuhei. I'm smelling what you're cooking, sir. The kitchen smell. I smell the aroma in this kitchen, and you basically,
and it's funk.
Yeah, you basically said, yeah, he fired me for all this dumb stuff that he done that I wouldn't follow. That's what I got fired for. What you see now and the problems with Sony now is what I would not do. The things and then he did say I did. He said I did sign off on Concord though. He did agree to do Concord, but all that other stuff he basically said he had nothing to do with that. Actually, he didn't really listen to Jim Ryan. In other words, Jim didn't really know what he was doing. Because you don't say I wouldn't listen to it. Now, he jokingly said it. Me personally, I think Shuhei at a point, his resume speaks for himself. And you can look at what Jim Ryan did. You can look at what he did for PlayStation. And I guarantee Sony probably will welcome him faster than they'll welcome Jim Ryan anywhere.
I agree with that.
So I think he trying to be respectful to Jim Ryan, not to kick the dog while his two hind legs broke.
That's all I was saying.
But he did kick him though. He kicked him. Never.
He scooted him over.
He scooted him over. If he didn't kick him, he pushed the body into the casket. He did do that. Look, man, I'm glad that we get to hear stuff like this. I think we need to hear more of this type of stuff. I like when Anuma said when Miyamoto leaves, they go and they change stuff back. I like that. I've always loved that. In other
That's
words,
funny.
just because people are praised and goated, which I know Jim Ryan isn't, is good. Not everybody know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And clearly Jim Ryan didn't know what he was doing. And with Yoshida's overseeing basically some of the best times as over at PlayStation, it speaks volume to his resume, and that's why people want to hear from him. I don't hear nobody calling Jim Ryan up to talk to him and ask him, what's your thoughts on anything? They don't want to know. We seen what you did, but Yoshida had, and the other dude that was before Jim Ryan, that I think
Yeah.
he was awesome. And you listen to what he's saying now. He even don't understand what Sony is doing at this point and why they
The short chubby guy.
Yeah, that we all thought was kind of. I don't know why we had a problem with that dude. That dude sounds amazing when I hear him. I just guess he didn't talk enough. But anyway, I'm glad Shuhei said what he said, even though he said it light and very respectful. Hey, I'm all for it. Tell the truth. And what we say, shame the devil.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. Good
Now,
old yes, sir.
Keith, here, I want you to. I found what I was talking about. This is Oliver. I can play it on the mic or I can play it in video form. Which way you want to hear it?
However you want to do it.
Shoot.
All right. Let me play it for everybody. They can see that they know I'm not making up something. So this is what he said.
It's AI.
Pragmata. It's a reasonably impressive effort converting a current-gen console game to run well on mobile silicon.
Hold up. Let me speed it back up. I'm not dealing with some Nintendo no more. We can go back up to 100% because he already got his talking is already hard to weather. We don't need to slow down too. So my bad, y'all. I ain't trying to talk about him, but that brother. Anyway, he got a problem, so we're not gonna judge. Let's go.
Okay. There are a lot of cuts, but none that slice too deeply into the game's basic appearance. Its use of DLSS gives the game an image quality advantage as well, easily clearing the Series S version. On paper, it all seems pretty good, but Capcom's use of an unlocked frame rate is going to make this hard to recommend for players who are sensitive to frame time fluctuations. This issue seems like it might have an easy remedy, but Capcom tends to shy away from explicit frame rate caps, even on low-end hardware that can't reasonably hope to match its refresh rate with fresh frames. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell for YouTube notifications.
That was one spot he said. He said it at another spot too. But basically, I think his caveat is to frame-sensitive individuals. That's what I think he tried to throw in there. But playing Pragmata, I don't feel like it's, and I'm sensitive to frames and stuff like that. My eyes used to water with, I couldn't even play Uncharted 3. My eyes were watering so bad, I was getting so seasick. But there's nowhere near that. There's nowhere near as bad as he was painting. But anyway, that's where he said.
I think what he was getting at, and they said it about Resident Evil as well, that they wish they would have just locked it to
30 frames per second.
30 frames per second.
But like Alex said, there's problems with that too. So and there's lag. But he said it in another spot. But anyway, I just wanted to show that he did say he wouldn't recommend it. But I guess it was for certain sensitive people. But anyway, any other topic do we want to hit on tonight? Did I miss anything? I think we covered. Oh, Black Flag did come out today. Did y'all check that out?
I saw the video, yeah.
What y'all think? K-Bum, you getting it?
I didn't play the original Black Flag. I have no intentions to get this one.
I actually did play the original Black Flag. That was one of the few third parties that came out on the Wii U. I played and beat the Assassin's Creed 3 with the Indian. I enjoyed that game.
Native.
Well, Native Indian, the Native American, okay. And I also bought Black Flag because I did enjoy Assassin's Creed 3. And Black Flag, it was a scene where you got to fight these ships, and there's like 5 or 6 coming at you, and it just did not make any sense to me. and I never could get past it. And I didn't like driving the ships, and I just stopped playing, and I traded it in after that. So, if other than that, I was enjoying what I was playing, but I don't know if I'll double dip on this. Go back to this.
I had it on Wii U as well. I didn't get far into the game. I just got it because I was like, "Oh man, they got an Assassin's Creed like this on the Wii U."
Yeah.
It was during one of those moments. But since we're talking about games, did y'all get a chance to check out First Light?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. No, I did not. Let me pull it up and then we get out of here because we in good timing. First Light got a new trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like they're kind of talking about it, like the gameplay, right? Is it that trailer, or is there something
I think
different?
so. I think that's it.
Everyone,
Welcome to MI6. To succeed in the 00 program, agents must understand a set of rules that will grant them all possible chances to survive. So, take a deep breath, listen up, and you may learn how to get the job done and return to HQ in one
I'm
piece.
so mad this has been only
The first rule is to know how to blend in. Keeping a low profile while navigating a crowd will help you find different paths to your objective.
This
Ken
is how you
Banks,
do it.
penetration tester.
Pay attention to
Hold
the
up,
surroundings, eavesdrop on conversation, and
This is how stuff like Splatoon should have this type of energy to me. I don't know. I just feel like certain games should have certain energy. But anyway, let's go. Let me stop.
talk your way in with the help of unexpected allies.
Relax, fellas. He's with me.
Once trespassing, slip past your opponents unnoticed, or use takedowns to silently get rid of them. When confronting a whole group of enemies, you may choose a gentler approach.
And hut. Rob Minkley, Crux Magazine.
Bluffing is an art that will serve you well, whether getting caught red-handed
Over here. Looks like a trust fall gone wrong.
or to simply pass through a room under enemies' noses.
Boy, you lads got a faulty coffee machine.
Bluffing consumes instinct and won't be available if a more experienced enemy is nearby. In this scenario, you won't get far without the appropriate gear. Therefore, the second rule is to always come prepared.
Well, what are we waiting for?
MI6 will keep its doors open for you between missions, giving you the chance to catch up with familiar faces, gather intel, and prepare for your next move.
So, your name is Moneypenny.
Now let's not get carried away, James.
QLab, on the lower level, will give you access to a wide range of gadgets.
I like it. Don't change a thing.
Each tool is designed to go unnoticed on the field, but help with maximum efficiency.
Right, follow me. I have something for you.
The Q lens will highlight useful information about opportunities and hackable devices. Your Q-Watch should be able to activate these to divert attention, deactivate cameras, or get rid of unsuspicious enemies in creative ways. The dot phone can quietly move enemies out of the way. The smoke pod, a timeless classic, will block visibility at short range. The modified earbuds will produce a flash of light to stun opponents. Other gadgets will be developed in due time and will help you stay creative in all circumstances.
Who do you work for? Take the shot!
Knowing how to improvise is a matter of life and death in the midst of action. Any object at disposal could prove useful to put an enemy's ideas back in their place. The same could be said of guardrails, electrical panels, or any surface hard enough to act as a weapon. Under heated circumstances, MI6 grants you a license to kill, allowing for even more possibilities to get rid of hostiles. In these situations, any weapon could be used as long as you manage to obtain it. Switch between different playstyles to catch your attackers off guard, and don't forget to return what you borrowed once out of ammo. Some enemies will be harder to defeat, and gadgets will help you get rid of soldiers' armors, stun tenacious leaders, and defuse grenades with the simple press of a button from your watch. Focus training will also give you an edge over your enemies. Dilate time and incapacitate their legs, or disarm them with the precision of a marksman. All of these skills might be trained between missions in Taxim, the department of Dr. Selena Tan.
Welcome to my dream factory.
Taxim will put your skills to the test through multiple types of challenges, each with its own specific rules that will pitch your performance against those of other agents from around the world. Overcoming challenges will earn you experience points, which you can spend on gadget upgrades, new firearms, and unique outfits to defeat enemies in style. And remember, at IO Interactive, the launch of a game is only the start. New content for Taxon will be created over time.
Faster, James. Faster.
So, keep an eye out for our updates and get ready as new challenges lie ahead to put your 00 skills to the test. Finally, one last unwritten rule might be that an agent is never as good as when surrounded by allies, a team ready to give its all in the field, and companions to defend. But we're pretty sure you'll figure out this part yourself when the time comes. See you on May 27 to join the program and discover Bond's adventures in 007 First Light.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of responses down here. Cherry Man, game is looking good. Nia, this game looks so dope. Oh my God, it does. My only concern with looking at this is sometimes when you have too many abilities, you don't do one of them well. And to me, sometimes you can over complicate things by giving them too many abilities, but not making any of them feel well fleshed out. And that'll be my concern. But other than that, it looks good. And the frame rate kind of looks. I don't know. I don't know if the frame rate is looking stable in some areas. But
I can't believe you're gonna say that after playing Procopia.
Me?
Not Procopia. Pragmata. It was a P word I was looking for. Pragmata.
No, I'm just saying that I'm not. I'm saying it ain't. I'm not saying it's
messing
going
with
to
you.
break me, but we all know with it was an EO or whatever they are. They notorious for terrible frame rates. Now let's be real. But other than that, it looks amazing. I just hope all the moves that you can do are actually good and not just a whole bunch of stuff that none of it works well or is done well. That's be my only concern. But it looked good.
You know what this game reminds me of Watch Dogs 2. If you ever played Watch Dogs 2, I was
I didn't
looking at
like
this.
it.
You didn't like it? Well, brother, you might not like this. No, I'm playing. Because it was, to me, Watch Dogs 2, because you could do a lot of that same stuff. The hacking and triggering and setting things off and being what is it called? Stealth. You doing like I love being stealthy in Watch Dogs 2. That was some of the funnest stuff that I ever experienced. The only difference here is it's James Bond and you got Q and you got a headquarters. So he has a bigger support system than the Marcus did in Watch Dogs 2. So I think that's what made me excited. At first, I was like kind of on the fence. They were showing some of this stuff on that reveal at the State of Play. And I was like, oh man, that was kind of cool. But I wasn't really sold until I saw this. And I was like, ooh, this reminds me of Watch Dogs 2. I can't play Watch Dogs 2 again. So this will be my chance to like relive that in this new package. And I'm sorry to say it, but I'm not sorry. I'm not gonna wait on the Switch 2 version to play it. I'm not gonna wait. I don't have to.
Speak your truth, sir.
Unless my pocket's funny looking, I don't have to wait. I'm gonna be playing this game.
Yeah,
Hello?
I said for me, I said I'm going to try to wait. I didn't promise I was going to wait. I'm going to try, but we will see. It does depend on how long out on the Switch 2 it is. If it's too far out, then hey, I got that PS5 over there. It will get bought. But K-Bomb, your thoughts, sir? It looks good though.
I believe they got the perfect studio to do this. This is Watchdog on a blockbuster movie budget. No, sorry. This is a Hitman on a blockbuster movie budget.
Got you.
Everything you're seeing is pretty much Hitman, but with an IP. With a different IP. Is what I feel.
With a real mascot.
With a real mascot.
Right.
What stood out to me is that they have the charm of 007 down.
Yes.
I thought that was cool. The way that bluffing system, excellent. I don't think I've seen something like that in games. To talk your way, contextually talk your way out of things in real time. I don't think I've seen that in games. If I have, I don't remember. Like if anything, it's like maybe a dialogue box, like a back and forth dialogue box that would happen. But like in real time, to talk your way out of a situation, I don't think I've ever seen that. So Io, hand claps to you. I probably will never play this game.
I got your clap.
I probably never play this game. Thank you. I'll probably never play this game. I've never played a Hitman. But I've sat down and watched YouTube playthroughs of Hitman. Like me and my wife, we were just flipping through YouTube and was like, okay, this is cool. And we watched like 3-4 different missions of somebody playing Hitman. It was like so cool. But I don't care to do that. I'm not like Keith. I don't care for stealth. In small doses, I like stealth. Right, Metal Gear Solid was good enough for me. It's not you can go guns blazing when you get tired, but the sandboxness of Hitman is something that I have issues with. It's too open. You can do too much. I like more linear. And Hitman is again. That's why I don't play GTA. I don't get a kick off of the openness, the open worldness,
the freedom,
and so the free. Yeah, give me a linear path. Show me where to go.
restrict me. That's what he said. Restrict me. Lock me on this path.
put an icon on the map and say go here. Like I'm down with that. I got you. I get there. But the freeness and openness, I'll get lost in the game and don't like, or I'll lose the story. But anyway, I'm saying a lot. I'll get back to the point. This is Hitman with a blockbuster budget. I think I had the perfect studio doing this. It looks creative. It looks it looks Game of the Year-ish. Let me say that. I think it looks Game of the Year-ish because it's a character that we love, that most people love, in a sandbox that can produce so many different outcomes. There's probably 30 ways to do certain missions. And even from that, there's so many diverting paths once you interact. Some people may never have the same playthrough.
But you think they wouldn't limit? I mean, I know that's what Hitman does. You think they would make this like that with Hitman? I think they're kind of linear it up a little bit.
No. I think there are keys to get to the action sequence, but I think the in between piece to get to that action sequence, like the guy is going to run, but how to make the guy take off and escape is all on you.
Gotcha.
Right? On how you get to that room. Or very similar, I would think that it's like you can either catch him before he runs or have him to run. I think that's it's like multi-divergent paths as well as that too. But that's my guess on that. I guess that's my guess on that. Perfect studio, great looking game, cool gameplay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is the one, like I said, I'm not guaranteeing nothing with holding out for the Switch 2 version. I do have Pragmata. I do plan on getting, it depends on if Star Fox come out or something, and then I might get that and hold out. But I'm hating. I'm hating that this got delayed. I'm not going to even lie to you, man. But no, this looks good. And like I said, to me, it reminds me of, it gives me that fun factor that I had with Uncharted 2. Even though it may not play one-to-one to Uncharted, that talking and the interaction and the him and his whimsical Very smooth, and it reminds me of Nathan Drake, and I love that. And like I said, my only concern is with having so many abilities, like K-Bum was saying, sometimes it could be underwhelming because you got so much you can do and not any of it is done or really done well. It looks good when you cutting it up, but I would like to, when you play it, it might not actually feel as good as it looks. But other than that, I just try to, but it looks good to me, man. It looks amazing.
It does.
Definitely gonna get it. I just wanna get it in one spot. So when I go out of town, I got all these games in my bag with my Switch 2. But if I have to, I get on that PlayStation 5. I sure will. Also, here's Black Flag. We just play a little bit of this. Then we're going to get out of here.
Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward Kenway.
No.
And this
I don't
is
care.
Assassin's Creed.
I just let it play. I don't care. I'm not getting Black Flag. Who saw this, though? Who watched Black Flag?
I watched it because I figured you was gonna bring it up. It looks good. Not interested.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Not interested at all.
K-Bum?
I saw some screenshots of it. That's not the truth. I saw some video on it. I think somebody in our chat posted, but it does nothing for me.
Okay. Now, if they redid Origins, because I liked Origins.
That was the second one I beat.
Yeah.
I beat the first Assassin's Creed and I beat Origins. I never beat 2 or any of the other ones.
Yeah, I beat 3. I didn't beat Black Flag, and I got lost in Origins. That's what happened. I went too far the wrong way and got into some areas where I could not kill nobody, and I couldn't figure out where I needed to get back to. And that's when I found out that Ubisoft has too much clutter on the on the map. But I enjoyed Origins. I did. I enjoyed what Origins was doing. If they remade that one, I may consider that one. I'm good on Black Flag. But anyway, that was the show for tonight. I'm gonna let these dudes sign out because we at almost 2 hours 30 minutes. I enjoyed this cast. K-Bum, good to have you back. Go ahead, sir, and sign out, man.
Oh man, absolutely, brother. So I enjoyed myself, man. It's a good time to be back, man. I enjoyed being back here on the podcast. This was a load of fun for me as well. I enjoyed talking with the homies, cutting up as usual, and just having a good old time with the comment section. You guys coming through as you always do. I had a blast. I had fun. Today was was something I was looking forward to do, which is getting back into talking about video games, something I love to do, and I had a blast today.
All right. Mr. Norris, floor is yours.
Yes, it was great having K-Bum back today. Yes. And to talk about the mini games, putting us to shame again on a gaming podcast on what you've been gaming on. But it's all good. I enjoyed the topics. I enjoyed talking about the final 2 games. Definitely the first Light game. I'm very excited about playing that now after seeing this trailer. But like you said, I appreciate everybody coming through in the comments. We appreciate you guys every week. We do not take it for granted. And we'll be back next week. Hopefully, Nate, you won't watch, Nate? Where the rumors at? Nate the hate.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. I do miss this combat system that they had at this time. I forgot about this. You're not gonna get me, Ubisoft. Nope. Not gonna happen. Yeah, man. What did Nate say? Got to show up. What did he say?
He said it's gonna be a director's note. We're gonna see some Zelda, some Star Fox.
I thought he said it wasn't gonna be to June.
I thought he said April. Somebody said something about April.
He said that they're gonna show Star Fox this month, and it may be a partner direct. But he said there won't be a general direct until June.
Well, he's still on the watch. I'm waiting on failure.
He won't fail. That's crazy. Anyway, man, shout out to everybody that joined us on tonight. Had some new faces in the comment section. Appreciate each and every one of you. London voices, 319, 13, 16, and we had who was that up here? I wasn't official whack, official wave K. Appreciate y'all showing up on tonight. Everybody else, we appreciate y'all for keeping us company. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, right in your eardrum, right in your internet streets. This was the Live and Level Gamers Podcast, and next time, deuces. Peace.
But we got you.